Good day, everybody. This is Steve Prziborowski. Welcome to episode 8 of Reach for the Firefighter Badge. Episode 8 of Reach for the Firefighter Badge is going to discuss the simple question of how do I find out who's testing? Meaning, how do you locate fire department jobs, fire department opportunities? I hear that all the time, and it's not rocket science. There's some simple ways to find out who's testing, and we're going to discuss them today. Beginning with, for those of you that are looking for a career in the fire service or already have a career in the fire service, my two websites can provide a lot of valuable beneficial information. Code3firetraining.com is my main website for those that are already on the job wanting to be the best they can be. And then for those that are wanting to start a career in the fire service, ChabotFire.com is the website I run for the Chabot College Fire Technology Program. Both of them have free stuff links with lots and lots of free information on there. Articles I've written, a lot of links to various things I think are valuable, a lot of documents I placed on there, a lot of other webinars like the one you're seeing right here. A lot of good information there. Webinars that I'm fortunate to be doing are based on two of the three books that I've had published. My first book, The Future Firefighters Preparation Guide, and then the second one, Reach for the Firefighter Badge, both focused on assisting you, the entry-level firefighter, to be the best you can be when it comes to getting that badge of your dreams. So a lot of people ask, besides how do I find out who's testing, a lot of people, when they do find out who's testing, I hear this all the time. Well, Steve, you know, the city of Portland is testing for firefighter, or Atlanta, or Nashville, or whatever, insert name of city here. I hear that. Well, Nashville's testing. I don't really want to work there, so I'm not going to take the test. Or in class, when I teach at the college one night a week during the semester, I try to share different testing opportunities like, hey, Los Angeles is opening up applications next Monday, or San Francisco's testing, or Oakland's testing, or whatever. And it's interesting because I hear a lot of future firefighters, well, I'm not going to take that test. And it's like, well, why? Well, because of this reason or that reason, or I'm not ready. You're never going to be ready. Or I don't know, they're not going to hire me, in almost in a self-defeatist type of mode. You can't get hired unless you test and apply. And as I've shared before in previous episodes, most departments don't test every 6 months. Most departments, it's every year, every 2 years, every 3 years, sometimes more. And the only way to get better at the testing process is to take every test you qualify for. So if you don't qualify for many, then you better start getting qualified. And I shared in the previous episode 7, most departments, the minimum requirements are just 18 years old, high school diploma or GED, and a driver's license. That's the bare minimum for many departments. Yeah, some departments require EMT, some require paramedics, some require a Firefighter 1 Academy, but that's usually about it. So here's the thing. If you're looking for firefighter jobs, you start to see a lot of jobs maybe in your own specific area that you want to work, or maybe you want to work out of state or another area, and you're looking at all these jobs and they're all saying require EMT, require paramedic, or require whatever the qualification is, and you don't have that qualification, then you better go get it, because if you want to work in that area or for that department, sometimes that's the only types of folks that they hire, is those with certain qualifications. And how do you find out about what the qualifications are? That's what this webinar is about. Episode 8 is about finding out who's testing. So to find out who's testing, you got to locate the fire service jobs. First of all, word of mouth. Well, here's the problem. Depending on how big your network is, word of mouth may or may not be beneficial. Now, like I tell the students at the college, you know, my job is not to inform you necessarily of who's testing. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a bonus if I do, but you can't rely on your instructors if you're going to college to give you all the job opportunities. You've got to figure them out for yourself. Colleges don't act as job placement programs. You've got to be out there and pounding the pavement, as they say. So word of mouth is a good way, but you got to have a good network to get that word of mouth from. That's one of the benefits of going to a college fire technology program, either working on your degree or going through an EMT or paramedic program, is you get a chance to network and build relationships with other like-minded individuals. And hopefully they're not keeping the cards tight. Hopefully they're the type of person that announces in class, hey, everybody, I don't know if you guys saw it, but Bakersfield is testing starting next Wednesday. They're only opening it up for 2 weeks. I'm going to be putting in, so if anyone's taking the written test or the oral interview, let me know. Maybe we can commute, or maybe we can go do station visits together. You know, word of mouth is a good popular way. Old-fashioned research, another good way too. I mean, when I was testing, I'm old, but I didn't think I was that old. But when I was testing in the early 90s, the internet hadn't been created yet. So I didn't have the ability to just, GTS, Google that shit of who's testing. So internet makes it pretty easy. Now, here's the challenge with the internet is not all the information is accurate or up to date. I've actually seen where departments are actually opening up an application period. So some departments take applications one day only, some do for a week, some do for a couple of days, some do maybe for a month, but usually departments when they're hiring open up the application period for a specific time. Now, I've seen departments that have said, hey, you know what, Monday, August 1st, we're going to start accepting applications for firefighter. And I go to the website, not because I want to look for a job, because I'm happily employed as a deputy chief, but I want to share information with my students and with others I come into contact with, not to do their work for them, but to hopefully wet their whistle and encourage them to do their own homework. But anyway, I've gone to city websites sometimes at 8:05 on that day, and guess what? The information's not there. So here's the challenge. Just because a department or a city has a website doesn't mean it's up to date. So yeah, research is good. You got to do your own research because no one's going to do it for you. You can't rely on the badge to fall out of the sky. And talking about research, yeah, the internet is a great tool, but again, you can't guarantee everything is accurate and up to date. So what do they say? Trust but verify. So definitely use the internet, but those are good ways to find out if you do some searches. But one of the best ways to find out, I think, is testing notification services. If you do a Google search for firefighter jobs, testing firefighter tests, firefighter employment, whatever the terms are, you'll see a number of services around the country that offer nationwide testing notification, meaning they do the homework, they do the research, they're paying people on their staff to scour the internet to find testing opportunities. And then they post them on their website, or they send out a text message or a Facebook post or a email to you, whatever form or fashion that you sign up for based on their services. Most of them tend to run, I've seen, about $10 a month, or $100 a year. And you may go, that's a hell of a lot of money. Yes, it can be, but it's money well spent, because if you really think about it, let's say $100 a month. It's not chump change. I get it. It's hard-earned money. But that's time well spent and money well spent on your end, because again, they're notifying you with up-to-date information about who's testing, meaning if you're not doing the homework, you're not talking to others, you're not doing the research, you're not spending a lot of time to get the job, you're going to miss out on a lot of testing opportunities. Especially think about this. Let's say you have a full-time job, or you're going to school, and or both. You got family, you got friends, you got a life. You don't have a lot of spare time to do your own research. Well, you may miss out on testing opportunities. So again, there's a benefit to paying for services. I think firecareers.com is the best. Craig Freeman runs a great program. I don't get paid by him. I actually pay for the service. He should be paying me, I guess, for the advertising, but I think he's a good guy that provides a valuable service that I subscribed to in the early 90s. He's been around for 30 plus years, I think it is, if you go to the website. But he provides nationwide testing information. Now, the benefit of that is you may say, hey, I live in California and I have no desire to go out of state. That's fine. But if you do have a desire to go out of state, you're getting information from around the country. But even again, if you don't want to go out of state, it's still information about your own state and your own regional area. And it allows you to see all the departments that are testing. And then you can take notes, you can, take screenshots, basically get your own stuff together there. So let's say you want to work for, I don't know, the Los Angeles Fire Department, or you just want to work in Southern California. There's a ton of departments in Southern California. Well, again, you trying to reach out on the internet or call them up, God forbid, old school, or email them or stop by in person, you don't have the time. None of us have the time, energy, or effort to do that. So that's why it's important, I think, to spend your money, because it's a full-time job getting a job, and you got to spend money to make money. So again, I think it's valuable information. Now, there's also some companies that offer you the chance to apply once and test for numerous departments. For those that are in California, FCTC, which is short for yes, I just learned how to talk yesterday, Firefighter Candidate Testing Center. In California, FCTC is a company that's run by the California Professional Firefighters, one of their arms. Basically it's a written test that you can take. They have various locations throughout California on their website where you can schedule to take their written test. The benefit about FCTC Online is that a lot of departments in California will access that list. My department recently accessed that list to hire candidates. So the folks that we're hiring for upcoming Recruit Academy, we only use the FCTC list, meaning if you did not have a written test on file with FCTC, you couldn't apply for our department. So when you go on their website, you'll see lots of departments throughout California, and some of them exclusively use FCTC, and some of them just use it to try to get a different applicant pool, I guess. So FCTC is a good resource, especially for California. Besides the written test, they also host CPAT. CPAT is short for Candidate Physical Ability Test, which a lot of departments like mine require the candidate to show us proof of your CPAT within, say, 12 months or 6 months. So if you go to FCTC website, you'll see 2 locations up in Northern California, 2 in Southern California, with regularly offered FCTC written tests and CPAT physical ability tests. Now, I know with the current pandemic that we're all dealing with, some of that stuff has been on hold, but go check the website for the dates, the practice sessions, and also a lot of great firefighter preparation information. So let's say you're not from California. Let's say you're from back east or the south or the north or Midwest. And you go, I don't want to go to California. You guys are crazy out there, and it's too earthquakes and fires, and I get it. But here's the thing. Even if you don't want to work in California and there's no need for you to take the FCTC test to be on that list because you don't want to get hired by a department of California, think big picture. There's probably, and I know there is, a lot of firefighter career preparation information on that website. So even if you don't sign up to be on the list, you can get a lot of valuable free information and maybe find some more rabbit holes to go down to, again, better prepare yourself for your future career. And then the second company that offers the chance to apply once and then test for numerous departments is a company called nationaltestingnetwork.com. They're national, so they're not just California, they're nationwide. Last time I checked on their website, there was like 400 different departments across the country that actually use National Testing Network, or NTN. And they, like FCTC, they host regional types of written tests, video-based written tests. But again, the benefit is you take that one written test, whether it's in person or on video at a college or an auditorium or however they're doing it these days, you take that one test, and now, like my department used to use NTN. We've used NTN for a number of years. Now we're trying FCTC. They both are good. They're both complementary, but we're just trying a different company. So that's the challenge. It's good to be on many of these lists. So again, you can take that one NTN test, pass the written test, and then now be eligible to be hired by departments across the country that are looking for firefighters. So that's a benefit, because think about it. Let's say there's 5 departments that are all testing at the same time. Instead of having to put in 5 different applications, take 5 different written tests, 5 different whatever, you're taking one test, and then you now have access. So the benefit of NTN or FCTC for fire departments like mine is that, number one, we don't have to host a written test like we used to do. So that's one less thing. They take care of the application process. They even, like FCTC, can make sure the candidate has a CPAT card that's up to date. All we have to do is we can go right to the oral interview process. So that is a benefit. It saves a lot of time and money for departments and candidates too, if you think about it. So obviously they're good information. Again, even if you don't take each one of those tests, take a look at all the departments that are using it. Even like National Testing Network at a time, San Francisco was using that. I mean, a lot of big city fire departments were using it. Doesn't mean that's their sole way to get firefighters, but sometimes they may try different things. Like one test, they may try FCTC. The next test, they may try NTN. The next test, they may do it on their own or try some other company. So again, you got to be resourceful, because time is money, time is short. It goes by quick. So there's probably other companies out there. These are probably the 2 most common ones. So I encourage you to do your homework and research. You know, as we wind this down, think about this. You'll never get hired if you don't apply. Apply. What's the worst thing that can happen? Again, I loved asking students that question of, hey, did any of you just put in for, say, Oakland or Seattle or Sacramento or whatever department that just recently tested in our area? And of course, most of the students go, no, Chief, no, Steve, I didn't apply. And it's like, why not? Well, I'm not ready. And I'm like, what are you waiting for? And then of course, there's usual answers of, well, I'm waiting to finish my Fire 1 class that they're in, or I'm waiting to finish my EMT, or I'm waiting to finish my degree, I'm waiting to finish my academy, or I'm waiting to get married, or I'm waiting to get more mature. Okay, if you are waiting for something, you're going to always have that excuse for the rest of your life. There is no good time to get hired. I hate to say it. You're never going to be ready at that thought process. Take the darn test. What's the worst that could happen? And again, as long as you meet the minimum requirements to apply, take the darn test. Many people will get hired. Many of those people that will get hired probably don't have any college education. They may not even have their paramedic, their firefighter, one or their EMT. Again, as long as they weren't minimum requirements to apply. But there's many people that get hired without any of those. And you go, how the hell did they get hired? I've got this great resume with all these great things, all these degrees, all these classes, all these experiences. How the heck did they get hired? What makes them better than me? Well, as I've shared in pretty much every one of these episodes, the oral interview is usually 100% of your score. So obviously those people that got hired with pretty much nothing on their resume were able to dazzle and charm that oral board in the 8 minutes, the 10 minutes, the 20 minutes they had in front of the oral board. Now you may go, well, that's BS. They sold the oral board a bill of goods. They were able to BS their way through the oral board. Well, if you really understand the oral interview process, it's hard to BS your way through. I know people can be salespeople potentially, but you still got to have passion, enthusiasm, charisma, and personality to connect with that oral board, because they're looking across the table to see, hey, can he or she join our family? Will they be a good fit? Are they trainable? Are they low maintenance? Do they have a good positive attitude? Are they nice people? That's what we're looking for in people. We're not looking to hire resumes. We're looking to hire people. So keep that in mind as we move forward. So again, as always, I do thank you all for the gift of your time. And I mean that sincerely. I put a lot of time and effort into putting these together, and I'm hoping there is some value to them. If there's different subjects you want me to talk about, feel free to reach out to me and say, hey, Steve, in a future episode, can you maybe talk about this or that? Hey, you know what? Throw it out there. What's the worst I could do? Just like applying. Say no. I probably wouldn't say no. So feel free to connect with me on social media as well. I'm a resource. Please don't hesitate to reach out if I can be of assistance. But in closing, as always, take care. Be safe, and until the next episode, keep doing what you can do to get that badge of your dreams. All right. Have a great day, everybody.